Another thing that comes up again and again when we're testing React applications is dealing with components that consume context and how we can test those components that are consuming that context. And this context could be coming from your own application, you have your own context provider, or you could be using a third-party library that exposes context and you're using components that are supposed to be wrapped inside of that context. So I give you a little bit of background on the way that we do this, and basically the idea is the component's not going to work very well if the provider isn't there, and so you simply provide the provider. So in the router case, that would be the router. If you're using Emotion's theme provider, then you just wrap that component that needs the theme provider in the provider. But there's something special that we do with React Testing Library to make things like re-render work properly. And so I give you an example of how to do that with the wrapper option here. So you can go ahead and read into that, learn about that a little bit, because you're going to be doing this in the exercise. And I also show you the typical way that you set this up for your application so you don't even have to worry about the wrapper option for most of your tests, and you just have that wrapper and all of those providers provided for you just automatically. And it works out really awesome. We're going to learn about that in this exercise. So the test file that we're going to be running is this 07.js, where we've got the easy button. We can take a look at that easy button implementation right here, and then we can also look at the rendered implementation right here on that easy button page. So we can look at the rendered version of this, and basically we just have hit the easy button, we click on easy, it says that was easy, but then the thing in particular that matters in our context here is we have a theme provider, and we can toggle that theme to go back and forth between black and white. So what we want to test in particular is this easy button that happens to care about what the current theme is, which we're getting from this use theme. Let's dive into that use theme here really quick and get the holistic picture of what's going on. The theme provider here is coming from this theme context. We have this use theme hook that consumes that context, and then we have a theme provider that we are supposed to wrap any usage of the use theme hook in so that it has access to the value that we're providing right here. So if we don't provide the theme provider to a component that's using this use theme hook, then we're going to get an error, and that's exactly what will happen. If you uncomment all of this stuff, then you'll see this giant error saying use theme should be used within a theme provider. So your job is to render this within a theme provider and then follow along with these extra credits to make things even better as we go. So have a good time with this, and I'll see you on the other side of the exercise.